they all turn at the same. Seeing that it's 6:30 PM on November 13th, 2025, we'll call to order the Ashland Zoning Board of Adjustment. Thank everybody for coming out tonight. I want to start the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And we have some pending business just to clean up some paperwork here regarding previous minutes. Make copies for everybody here. Yep. I know you haven't seen these before, but they're not that complicated, so I'm hoping that you can take a quick look at these and move on.
Well, you gotta do your roll call too. Here.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right, for the,
It wasn't official.
all right, okay. Tim Peters, here. Kendall Hughes. Mike Mitchell is absent with notice. Samantha Leahy is absent without notice. And Megan Simeo is absent with notice. I'm Charles Bozello. And that's our group tonight. Okay, so we have minutes from June 12th. Did I give you the 14th?
Yep, got them both.
I can give you the 14th. So you have the 14th.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
I move to accept the minutes of June 12th, 2005 with the following change. To change in disposition of minutes, make it Mike Michelin instead of Kike Michelin.
noteworthy change. Yes, thank you. Okay. So noted, and we will revise it. Do I have a second for the minutes of June 6th as amended?
Well,
June 12th, doesn't.
I'll second that.
All right, so we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. How about take a look at the August 14th minutes?
Mr. Chairman, I will move the August 14th minutes as approved or as presented.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Minutes have been approved unanimously.
Can I just ask one question? Because I copied my names from the last minute. So is Michael Marshall's name spelled wrong?
So in the, no, it's
Yeah.
down in here,
Well, you can just
Mike.
look here. Is this spelled wrong?
Mike Mitchell.
no, that's right.
Okay, that's what I'm doing. Thank you.
You're right.
Okay, we have a case on the agenda this evening. Before we start, I need to tell you guys that we have normally 5 people on this board. Tonight, the board has 3 here present. Now, we can proceed with 3, that's a quorum. However, you will need, for an approval, you will need everybody here unanimously to give you an approval. As normally, you would only require 3 out of 5. Okay, but we must have 3 for an approval, and that's all we have here. So it's, we leave it up to you. You can proceed with the 3, and, we will have a hearing. Or you can have this postponed until there are more members.
Maybe we'd have to do a presentation again.
So
Well, in that,
can we present, and if we don't get the 3, present again when there's a larger quorum?
well, no, that it doesn't quite work that way, but in this circumstance, if you were to be denied for any reason, that could be done without prejudice. That would give you an opportunity to resubmit. but you would have to go through the entire process
Yeah.
again. Okay, in other words, notifications of abutters and whatnot. Um, and before you say anything, I also have some questions about your application that might affect your answer. Okay, and in reviewing the application, I've noticed that you're asking for an equitable waiver of dimensional requirements. Correct? That's what your application says.
Mhm, that's what it's
Okay,
doing.
that's what the application you filled out. However, you mentioned that you will be adding a structure to this building that I guess you're refurbishing. Is that correct?
No, we're taking the structure down, where
For doing.
we would like to take an entire structure down. and put-
No, I got the structure part, but something about a porch or staircase
Oh,
that's being added to it when
We're
it's
putting,
refurbished?
yeah, the new building will have a porch. The current building has a porch. It's gonna wrap around so we can see out to the back.
Okay, so, and that porch is in the same location where there would normally be a setback requirement?
No, the setback is on the other side of the building. It's near the wall. So,
Up the road.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yep, yep.
So that you're not creating a further violation of the setback, is that correct? In other words, there's,
correct.
the house is non-conforming, yeah, and that's why you want the equitable waiver. And there's nothing you're doing that is going to make it more non-conforming.
Correct.
Okay, good, then we're,
So you're staying with the same footprint?
Correct.
Correct.
Okay.
well, but they're adding the porch, but not in an area that infringes on the setback requirements.
And you're removing an additional structure,
Yes,
so you're actually making it more conforming.
yes,
Yes.
because that
Oh, okay.
structure is actually
Okay.
closer to the river.
Then you, I'll leave it to you,
Yeah.
you know, there's three of us here, we're familiar with your situation. And, you know, we can proceed, but you have to understand the limitation that, you know, you have to convince all three of us that this is a good
Well,
idea.
do you get all of you here?
Well, this is,
Kind of been a struggle, you know.
you know, it depends. This board only meets several times a year recently.
Yep.
Okay. Although, you know, we have a full board and there are two excused this evening because they have very significant, reasons for not being here.
Yeah.
You know, and it was just unavoidable.
Make your presentation.
Okay.
Yeah.
We will proceed.
Okay,
You're gonna need 5 total, right?
Yeah, I
what's that?
think it's to the benefit of the community in the area that we replace a 1950 structure that's falling to the ground. To make it safer for everybody and to.
Okay, we're gonna move into your discussion now. You know,
Okay, great.
Yeah, totally.
Right.
Public hearing.
Well, first of all, are the other members here, have they reviewed the application?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, do I have a motion to accept the application?
Yes, it's complete. I'll make that motion.
One second.
And it's
All right,
complete.
all in favor of accepting the application, say aye.
Aye.
No opposed, obviously, and the application is approved. Okay, now I'll take a motion to open a public hearing on this application.
So move to open the public hearing on this application.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to open a public hearing. All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, we have an open public hearing. Now, the floor is yours. And what usually we ask at this point is tell us
Yeah.
what you want to do and show us some pictures.
Sharon.
I mean, I think you have some pictures, but,
Yes, I was just looking at it.
it's an old building. and
Yeah,
it
but how
hasn't-
charming. Put that in
hasn't
Maine,
been
girls.
well maintained at all. So,
Need to
I
hang some
mean,
lobs.
it's rotting, literally.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
so,
It's a room? Yeah.
no,
This is,
Okay.
this is,
How's that?
covered,
Yeah.
covered bridge landing.
let's
Swan Bridge
Bridge
Landing.
Landing, yeah,
It's right by the beach.
Oh, okay.
on the other side of the bridge, yeah. So, so this is the one we wanna take down and redo, so
Mhm.
the setback is on the other side of it.
Right.
It's near the road,
Mhm.
so
Okay.
that, the porch will be here, I mean, this is a porch too.
Right.
It's
Mhm.
ugly, but, the new one will be here.
Yeah.
This shed will be moved, um, either a little bit down towards the gas shed, which we'll show you as well,
Mhm.
or over onto the other side of the property where my dad's house is. So it's not, it's probably gonna move to the other side, because that's where he wants it, so,
Is that what it looks like from the road?
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
Google Earth, gotta love it.
yeah,
yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Oh,
And the new structure will have the same roof line as the garage next door, so you see on the left.
oh,
and
you match it,
right,
okay, yeah, yeah.
instead of that weird
Yeah, it's
roof
having to have
line
it.
there. But you can see there too, the current structure is terrible. I mean, it's terrible.
Yeah.
And then, so this is all of it. And this is the structure that's going away, cause this one's just as bad as that. We call that the gas shed right now.
Mhm.
And this one will either be moved slightly that way, or again, probably to the other side of the property.
Oh, okay.
And away from all of the setbacks, et cetera.
Mhm.
So that we have a line of sight to the gas dock and the ramp, which is,
Yeah,
Right
yeah,
there.
okay, I see, okay.
so, that's what we're requesting, is take this down, rebuild it, and get rid of that.
Okay, so when you're rebuilding it, the roof line will change so that dimensionally, the building you're replacing will change. The footprint won't change, but
Correct.
dimensionally. it'll
Slightly,
change.
yes,
Yeah,
probably.
yeah, it's got a shed roof off the back. So, yeah, got that hip. Yeah, it's,
Oh, that's pretty
Yeah.
good.
yeah,
You could just come in with that.
I was gonna,
yeah, there is.
Be here.
Yeah.
You could all be
yeah,
the-
that's a game changer for what we do.
Yeah.
These are great though. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, you guys do a lot. Yep. Also for that one?
So, yeah.
Sure.
And-
Have,
Let's see what we got.
Oh, so this is a kind of a rendering of what it will probably look like,
okay, yeah, all right.
once it's finished.
Mhm.
I don't know if we have that.
No, these are the sites, which they have a copy of right there.
Yep. The idea is you wanna be able to see the gas dock.
And the line, yeah,
And the launch, right,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah, someone drives in, you know they're there.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, that's the idea.
makes sense, yep.
That and we're eliminating other structures that are not in the setback. They're,
Okay, you're not using the other one, so.
right.
Have you had any discussion with the building inspector, the Ashland
Oh, yes.
building inspector?
Yeah,
yeah, Tom.
He-
Do we have anything from him, or you wanna tell us?
he basically told us we needed to get a wetlands permit by notification, so we did.
Have that,
We
yep.
tried, actually. They said we didn't need a wetlands permit by
Oh.
notification, so we got a shorelands permit. by
Oh, I know I saw one permit in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
That's fine.
so we did get that. That's really, did he mention anything else?
No, that was
That was
basically it. Now
really
we
all he
meet with
said.
you.
Mhm.
We
Mr.
would need to do
Mr.
until
Chairman.
we started building.
I have had conversations with the building inspector over this.
Okay.
He said that this makes it a lot more conforming, a lot less non-conforming,
Mhm.
and that it is much better for the area and gives much better for the water.
Mhm. Okay, those are good observations.
Yeah.
We wanna know those things.
Mhm.
There's just, I'm struggling with a little bit of a technicality here. An equitable waiver is forgiveness for a past violation. Okay, it really doesn't provide permission to move forward, particularly if there's some kind of dimensional change. Okay? And that's why I asked you about the placement of the porch and, now there's a roof line change. And usually those types of things require a variance. Now, I wish I'd like to hear from building inspector because I need to know to the extent those apply.
I'll see if I can get one.
Yeah.
You're saying-
Do that.
A variance instead of an equitable waiver. Right?
Yeah, well, or both, but, the equitable waiver just, if the building inspector goes down to your place and says, well, you've infringed on the setback here. And let's say you're trying to sell it or something, that would be a problem. And so you would ask for an equitable waiver. And, if you pass the criteria, you'd get that waiver and that would legitimize the structure. But it doesn't apply when you're refurbishing the structure, building a new structure, or adding dimensional change. Not typically. I just want to hear if we could get the building inspector, maybe we get an opinion from him on that.
It's he, I believe he's the one that told us we needed to apply for the equitable waiver.
Yeah, I was gonna say something.
This situation, well, I looked at it carefully. I was, it's kind of betwixt and between. If you were telling me, that there was no change dimensionally to what you were doing, I'd be like, yeah,
When they came before the planning board, we knew that there was a change dimensionally, as they have just told us. The planning board told them to come to this board to get a variance because of that and the closeness to the road.
a variance.
Variance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
we used the word variance, but I know that Tom
They're
and
technically-
Jane
They're very different.
went and told them what they did, so.
Mm.
So that they did what they were told by both Tom and. Tom is gonna log in just a minute.
Okay, yeah, I'd like to hear from on this.
Oh, well, I don't think the login is on the agenda.
That's all.
Grander change in these.
Well,
Terms.
that's it, and really,
Shouldn't be.
So
I think it's just a matter of how we proceed with this and
Okay.
how we
How do you indicate
discuss it.
I emailed it to him. So here's the meeting ID if you want to text it.
What is it?
823-4921. 4921-0483.
And then the passcode.
And what's good?
217593.
That's Zoom, right?
Yep.
Newcomb, the building inspector, code enforcement officer.
Have we, did we find it?
We did, he's
Okay, so
working
he's
on,
just working on getting in.
he's in another meeting right now in Plymouth.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying.
We'll give him a couple of minutes, so I have a different idea.
You do. Okay. Yeah, I'll go check him first.
Do you have a drawing of what the new structure would look like compared to the old one?
We have a rendering, we
There's a
don't
rendering.
really have it.
Yeah, yep, all right. Oh, he's got it. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. That's a good picture.
Yeah.
You thought, right?
Yeah,
You saw it?
yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
You're a multitude of pictures, there's no doubt. You left.
He says it's not working.
Yeah, I'm gonna call in. I just got a couple of questions for him, if, if all else fails.
I'm trying to get him on his own.
You know, Andy got on with that stuff.
Did I send the right numbers?
Yeah, I just sent him the information that you sent me, Ron, so he might get on with that.
Okay, Tom, you're on speakerphone?
Great, yeah, for some reason it's, the passcode and meeting are not working, so.
Tom, thank you for signing on.
Yeah.
Just I have a few questions for you. You're familiar with this, application? From Dean and Steve Tamalonis?
The Squam Landing,
Yes.
Right, yes.
yes, I'm very familiar with it.
Okay,
I was the first point of contact, with them, and I explained to them that they would need to get a variance, because of the insufficient setback.
okay, well, here, the discussion we're having kind of goes like this. You tell me if consistent with what you saw. They have submitted an application for an equitable waiver of dimensional requirements. Okay, and basically have,
Lost it, Charlie.
okay, they've submitted an application for an equitable waiver of dimensional requirements.
Mhm.
And they have stated that what they're trying to do is they're going to refurbish an existing building without changing its footprint. Okay, so I'm like, okay, that sounds good. It's a non-conforming building and they need something like that. However, they're also altering the roof line, so they're changing this structure somewhat. And in essence, they're making a non-conforming structure more non-conforming.
You know when I was able to sign in? I think.
You online?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, I'm gonna shut you off on the phone.
Yeah, great.
There he is.
Yes.
Okay,
Better.
yeah, here, thank you. So my concern is that they need a variance more than they need an equitable waiver, because they are, the equitable waiver applies to keeping it the same and being forgiven for it being non-conforming. Yeah, well, they want to rebuild it and they do want to change it, so they're really asking for a variance in my interpretation of this. How do you feel about it?
Well, originally, when I talked to them about it, the original plan was to rebuild the building and they were gonna move one of the two sheds. And so that they would be, instead of having like multiple non-conforming buildings, they would have one slightly larger non-conforming building. So, but it does sound like really what they still need is, in my view, they need a variance.
Okay, we agree. Yeah, that's what we agree on. Yeah, I see it the same way. And
However,
they-
Can I ask a clarifying question, Charlie?
Sure,
So they're not changing the footprint on the building,
No.
but they're changing the roof line?
yes.
And the porch, so.
And they're reconstructing it, they're refurbishing it.
Okay,
Okay, in New Hampshire, the statute for dimensional, for a dimensional waiver
Mhm.
is not, it's not forward moving. You get forgiveness for being non-conforming in the past.
Mhm.
And the example I always use is if they were just going to sell this property, they would probably want to legitimize it by getting an equitable waiver.
Mhm.
And that, makes it, legitimate. However, that's not what they're doing. They're modifying it and changing it. And
Okay.
so that, like your interpretation, it says they need a variance.
Well, but let me ask a couple questions. So they're not changing the footprint,
Mhm,
they're just changing the roof line. So,
mhm.
and I believe I believe it was Ron mentioned that they're adding a porch to it. Which direction is the porch going? Is it,
The porch is not making it more non-conforming. It's on the land side, not on
It's
the
outside,
setback side.
outside of the setback.
then frankly, I would view it as that they don't need any approval because they're modifying a non-conforming structure and they're not increasing the nonconformity. The original plan that I discussed with them was they were gonna make the building longer, which would not bring it closer to the the lot line, but it would extend the building along the lot line, which would be an addition that was non-conforming. But if they're not changing the footprint, other than moving a porch away from the adding a porch that's away from the lot line, I would view it as being um, a pre-existing non-conforming structure, and they're making modifications to it, that don't need any, uh, any approval, frankly, other than a building permit. And I'm just looking, I'll scroll
The
through.
roof line change, I'm with you, except for the roof line change.
Well, is the roof line going to change the overhang to extend closer?
They've raised, I believe, the roof line and in conformity
To
with
match
the
the building
building
next
that
next
is,
one.
abuts.
This one.
They're going from a more flat roof line to a more peaked roof line.
The mirror
To
this.
mirror the
Okay.
existing
So-
structure near it.
And,
But
in,
are they extending?
It
The-
doesn't extend it beyond where its current location. Nope. They're agreeing with me.
Okay, and then I would, and I'm trying to find the specific section of zoning. I'm scrolling through it right now, but I would say that it meets the requirements of a pre-existing non-conforming structure and does not need any approval from the ZBA. So, but I'm just looking for the specific, fortunately, it doesn't mention in the index about and the contents about.
Which section are you looking at?
No, I'm looking for the non-conforming structure section.
yeah, I mean, just, I'm concerned. Yeah, I think you're right up until we get the change in the roof line. That's the piece that puts this in, it's a non-conforming structure, and when you're altering that non-conforming structure, now you need variance for that.
Well, but my
Okay.
understanding is you can alter a non-conforming structure, even height-wise, as long as you're not increasing the non-conformity.
The original footprint.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Vertical.
And so if they're just changing the slope of the roof, but yet the overhang is not closer to the lot line, then I don't see that as increasing the nonconformity, in my opinion.
Okay, I thank you for that. That's,
Yeah.
that's an
So I'm
important.
just, yeah, so,
How did we get here?
Yeah.
well,
Oh, no.
because I think
You're gonna,
Call
you
them-
want the building, you're gonna make it longer or something.
Yeah, originally it was gonna be made longer.
That's
So,
what.
Trying to find the exact.
Got that
the-
impression. Yeah, that's,
That was the impression at the planning board meeting with it, was that you were going to take down one building and make your other building a foot or two longer.
In which direction?
Going towards the water.
That would be the porch.
Right.
So, yeah, it's slightly longer
Yeah.
for the porch.
It's not the building.
No,
Okay. So that's where the miscommunication was.
okay.
So I'm looking at,
It's interpretation.
Yeah.
That changes the overhang.
well,
Towards the river, but not towards the.
Okay, yeah.
It's not going towards the road, it's going towards the
So you can see
water.
it's, I'm looking at it's going to the right towards the water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do, members of the board want to, have any further comments on this? I'm inclined to accept the building inspector's recommendation on this.
Mhm.
Do you need a motion to that?
No, I don't
Okay.
think we
Charlie?
do anything.
excuse me, Charlie,
Yeah,
I found the language that I was looking for.
uh-huh,
Article 5 of zoning is non-conforming uses, which it
Okay.
doesn't, it refers, the title is non-conforming uses, but it talks to non-conforming properties. And so 5.1 is all non-conforming properties in active use when this ordinance is adopted may continue in their present use. 5.2 refers to an abandonment or discontinuation of a use, which that doesn't apply here. And 5.3 is really what I'm hanging my hat on. It says, any and all non-conforming property may be altered and expanded as the big business conditions warrant, provided, however, that any such expansion does not make any existing non-conforming structure more non-conforming within the terms of this ordinance, and provided that all of the standards of the ordinance are met.
and so you're saying that all the changes they're proposing do not make it more non-conforming?
So, right, so when I originally had the discussion, it was that they were gonna change the length of the building to extend it along the property line towards the lake. And so I view that as a increase of the non-conformity, because instead of having, say, a 25-foot building that was non-conforming, they would have a 30-foot building that was non-conforming. But if,
That,
as long as
that would be,
not
yeah,
extending the building or moving it closer to the lot line or even the, arguably the overhang, some people go from the foundation, some people measure from the overhang, but if they're not changing the overhang, they're not changing the footprint in in any direction other than this porch away from the lot line, frankly, I would have just approved it if that's what they brought to me.
okay, that's the advice we want.
Yeah.
Is there, anybody want to add anything else to this? If it's still a open hearing, do you want to add anything if you want
No, it's very complicated.
to?
Well, yeah.
Okay, but it has the representation been accurate? Are you satisfied with the building inspector and what he's describing? Is that really your intention and
Yes.
that's the plan?
Yes.
Okay, so that there will be no modification to the structure that makes it more non-conforming, according to how we discuss this, okay?
Okay.
All right. Board, any other comments? I'll take a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved to close public hearing.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor of closing the public hearing, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Public hearing is closed. Okay, now, discussion from the board members. I'm inclined to just close this matter, without any action.
I accept the code enforcement officer's view of it.
Yeah,
Now that some clarification has been made.
yeah, on that basis, I don't see why we're here. Okay, and, You in agreement, Tim?
Yes. Wholeheartedly.
All right, then I'll make a motion to close this matter without action. And
Point of order, Shelley?
what's that?
Can I
Point of order.
just, maybe say without prejudice?
Well,
So
if I close it and no action, with no action taken, it didn't happen.
Okay, I'm just thinking in terms of if they change,
If-
they change
if something
circumstances, they
happens-
come back.
You come back, they, you know, certainly can happen again.
Okay,
However, they've gone through the notification process and whatnot, they'll have to do that again. You know,
Okay.
that's the only thing that's in jeopardy here. If some, you know, you guys change your mind 2 weeks from now. All
Okay.
right? But no, by closing the matter with no action, nothing happened. This is just purely a discussion. Okay?
And next step would be to pull a permit.
Yeah, next step is to meet with Tom and pull a permit.
Yeah, I'm leaving it in the building inspector's hands to process this, based on his recommendation and whatever processing it will be required in the future for inspections, et cetera. And you will confirm at some point that no further dimensional change that increased the non-compliance occurred. And it's done deal. So I encouraged you guys and the building inspector to work together. And as long as the building inspector is happy with your progress, and then we wish you well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good luck working with Tom.
Appreciate it.
Sorry for this effort.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying
Well,
to figure it out.
it's part of the process, though. It's good to
Yes.
work it through.
Yes, it was completely clear.
Yeah.
Mhm. All right, then, congratulations.
Okay.
You didn't need anything from us.
Oh,
I can't.
That's
wait to
what we
see it
gave
when
you.
it's done now.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, we wish you well.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tom.
all right, you're welcome. You all set with me? Anything else on the agenda?
All right, yeah, appreciate
You're
it.
gonna
Thank
start
you,
this
Tom.
right
Sorry.
off, you're gonna wait.
I'm hoping, cause we need it done before next season, right? 'Cause,
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
you want to start up with it working, right?
yeah,
It'd be nice.
Yeah.
it's our goal, but we
Good.
don't know if we can get somebody in,
Yeah, and it depends on the winter, I guess. Huh?
yeah.
It's already happening.
Yeah.
I'm out there shrink wrapping books and the squall came through.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
A little early.
Thank you very much for your time
All right.
and your good questions.
Yeah.
Thank you for your hard work. Yeah, I wish you well.
Yeah, Jeannie did a fantastic job.
Yes, you did. Yeah.
Well,
Is there anything else on the agenda you need my input on, or?
No, Tom, you're dismissed and I appreciate your input.
This, thanks, Tom.
Thanks for joining us, Tom.
I'm gonna go back to my wife beating me at cribbage.
Whatever you were doing, you can okay with that.
baby.
All right, good night.
Uh-oh. Good night.
Right.
All right, just the last point here, we're not gonna go over the rules of procedure because we're down too many board members and I wanted that to.
All on the same
Yeah.
page.
More thorough review, so we'll put that off until next time. There is a meeting scheduled for December 11th.
Okay.
All right.
The rules of procedure you're putting off? Okay.
Yes, rules of procedure, we're gonna put off that discussion,
Do we have a lot of changes on that or?
well, I think you guys all got the amended versions
Yeah.
somewhere. Not, I'll give you another copy, but I really would like to, you know, in the next meeting, assuming it's December, to come to a vote on that and just get that updated, because it hasn't been updated since 2015. And there aren't major changes, but, you know, I think it's just.
Procedural changes.
Yeah,
We've had this on the docket for.
yeah, it's the whole year.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay, then, if everybody's happy, I'll adjourn the meeting.
Okay.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you guys for being here, appreciate it.